where you said we all die. The goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will. First of all, did you say that? And second of all, what does that mean? And what will your legacy be, Chuck?
That's actually a line from my book Diary. Uh, and I've always thought of myself as and not in a kind of martyr way, not in a kind of Catholic martyr way, but uh, not such a precious thing that I can't risk wasting myself on something that, history can do without one man. I put that in another story. A character rationalizing his adventure. History can do without one man. And so I always think, who am I that I can't just kind of throw away my life on this quest to write one perfect sentence? That it kind of goes to Kierkegaard's leap of faith, that you can spend your life trying to keep yourself entertained and distracted, but eventually you have to face your mortality. And at that point, once you can face your mortality, you realize, I really have nothing to lose. So why don't I do the one thing I dream of doing? And that is creating something that transcends not just my experience, but really connects with a lot of people. And even if I fail at doing that, that's not a bad thing either, because, it's what I chose to do. Every time my life is messed up, I think this is what I chose to do. And so I can't argue with that.
Are you usually able to also think, I'm going to learn from this and this is going to make a great story? Or are you always not able to see it while you're in the middle of a challenging situation?
Now I can. Now I can kind of recognize the value in all, horribleness. I can take it to friends and talk to them and get their car crash story. And then eventually maybe a pattern will form and I'll be able to do something with it. The big box of porn in the woods. Everybody has got the big box of porn in the woods. And if you can talk about your box and how it left you traumatized, then people will rush forward to talk about their big box of porn in the woods. Yeah.
I'm thinking of my porn story as well in the woods. It was in the woods as well. Last question on legacy. Do you think we could look at every person in this world and all of our behaviors come down to one thing, which is somehow we want the world to remember that we were here once?
Which would be very Heidegger. This kind of quest for immortality, whether through our work or whether through our spirituality or whether through our offspring. That was so much of what Heidegger talked about, which is in a way a constant denial of death. I would say that is, for young people, a big thing, because it's young people who want to be vampires. Only young people want to live forever. Older people have seen enough that, they could check out. They don't want to be a vampire and live forever.
Sometimes I look at what I'm doing and I'm like, am I doing this because I know these digital files will be there forever and people will remember I'm here? And then I think, do I really want to live my life knowing that I created this one asset that's around forever? And then am I just getting too caught up in creating this legacy that's an ego-based decision? And I go back and forth with what's the right thing. It sounds like you lean more on it's worth if I can give my life for something that's going to be of value to the future. That's important to you. Is that right?
Boy, I'm all about, what is it called? Is it Aristotelian selfishness? That if the task does not serve me first and foremost, is not going to serve anyone else. And so at its core, basically, I just want to have a good time. I want to make the best use of my time so that when I reach the end of my life, I can look back and say, I had a fantastic time and I wrote things that were so beyond my ability. And somehow I achieved these things. I do a lot of rock work. I do a lot of stone building. And sometimes I look at these walls that are 9, 10, 12 feet high, and I think, how the hell did I get that rock up there? That rock weighs 200 pounds. And I carried it up an aluminum ladder, and I placed it just right there and mortared it in. And so, in a way, I just want to live the kind of life where at the end of it, regardless of where the end is, whether it's a car accident or whether it's, whatever it is, at that moment, I can say, I did some impossible things. And I'm really, really glad I did.